We all have things we don't want to remember. But I used to wake up and it would be on my mind, something I did 30 years ago. It's the devil sitting on your shoulder, basically, is what's happening there. What else? How else can he bring you down except from the past? That's all we have is the past. Use the sea of forgetfulness. God puts things in the sea of forgetfulness. He remembers them no more. It's us and the devil that's remembering it. Let it go. I always think, sea of forgetfulness. Forget it. It's over. Think heaven. When you go to heaven, you won't remember this place or any of those trivial things that happened. Sins are forgiven and they are to be forgotten. Paul, the greatest apostle, he murdered Christians. And yet he said the most important thing in his growth was forgetting what lays behind and marching on to the future. That's what we got to do. But we can't do the future if we're stuck in the past. And I was. And it's really a constant battle. Waking up thinking about it. Not being able to go to sleep because you're thinking about it. Stamp it out. Sea of forgetfulness. Keep saying that. Watch out for evil helpers. People who want to worm their way into your life somehow, gain access so that they can be a leak to the street, so they can gossip about you, so they can control you. I had this happen quite a bit. People wanted to help me, and ultimately all they wanted to do was gossip about me and get information. They were more like spies. Watch out for evil helpers. You can do it yourself or make gold and then attract good helpers. Some people are like Nazis. If you're not actively supporting them, they interpret that as challenging them. That's a narcissist. You can't just remain neutral. You got to choose sides. And the way things are now politically, on the left and sometimes the right, if you don't totally agree with their whole matrix, you're the enemy. It's like there's no lukewarm. That's why I refuse to engage in political arguments anymore. It's getting dangerous. People are getting violent. You don't have a right to a personal opinion. You have to ascribe to what they think at any moment, that herd, and when they change, you got to change with it. That's ridiculous. No, that's like blood guilt. That you're part of a herd, you're responsible for anybody that did something wrong in that herd. That was like after World War II. Completely innocent Germans in all adjacent countries, Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, they were deported. They were taken out of their homes and sent to gulags. They were summarily executed, separated from their children. Their homes were given to other people. They were blamed for what the Germans did. That's like blood guilt, blood libel, that you're responsible. No, Christianity is viewing people as an individual. I'm not responsible for what my ancestors did 100 years ago or 10 years ago. That's the same thing. Groups. That's the tyranny of the group, either belonging to one or being responsible for one. That's the human herd. The only way you can be an individual is to be alone and refuse to be part of political arguments. Where is it getting us? People are getting killed. Just stay home. Now, when it comes to sin, recycled energy and outworn channels, there are two separate nervous systems, not one, as we were taught. Two people inside, Jekyll and Hyde, black and white, and trophotropic, ergotropic is the name of the two separate nervous systems. When we sin, we go into the wrong nervous system, a different one. We look totally different. We are totally different. Our eyes look totally different. People can tell by looking at your eyes there's something wrong, that they don't trust you. That's the problem. There's such a big difference. And the husband says, "Oh, she's not the woman I married. She's totally different." And the wife says, "He's not the man I married. He's a totally different person." And in a sense, it's true, because there are two separate nervous systems. When people sin, when they fall into their bag, people will take revenge on you. Yeah. And in a country, looking at it as a whole country rather than a person, I always think of Germany. Afterwards, Germans in all adjacent countries were punished until the 60s. People who weren't even born during World War II were punished. The children were punished. They were called the wolf children. They had no parents. They were punished just because of their race, the cultural Germanic race. The revenge of people is horrible. They don't care that you're innocent. They don't care. The drive for revenge is so, and even with the Allies, they turned a deaf ear. They would hear about how unfair it was to Germans being deported from their countries, their homes being taken, and many of them were executed, sent to Russian gulags, hard labor. Many of them died. Even hearing about it, they would turn a deaf ear because they thought, well, that's the way revenge is. Nazis were responsible for 150 million deaths in World War II. That's just the way it is. Can you imagine that? And these people were totally innocent. The drive for revenge in the human spirit is so strong that they don't even care whether it's rational or not. Much of this is because of trauma, how trauma works. Trauma can change your entire personality. It affects how you see other people. It changes your reasoning ability. You see enemies everywhere, trauma, and of course, nothing's more traumatic than war. And the effects of trauma went on for decades. Trauma. I know it because it changed me for 20, 30 years. The trauma of what I went through as a young woman, being invaded, being misjudged by a whole town, by a whole family, and there was nothing I could do about it. And that affected me so much. I lost my personality. I was even by a different name. So I understand this. And it implodes your boundaries. You lose your boundaries when you go through trauma. And then evil flows right in. And now you've really had it. Now the trauma is tenfold. If you've been through trauma and you drink, you fall into your bag, you take on an addiction, most people will use a maladaptive coping device when they're in trauma. They drink, smoke pot, snort, eat, whatever. And now things really get bad because your personality has changed, you're filled with anger and resentment, and the alcohol brings that out. That happened to me too. And I don't dare drink because I remember those years of how people would turn on me suddenly. I thought, boy, I can't ever drink because I become a different person and then people act like they're going to kill me. Yes, it's very dangerous. How you deal with trauma is very, very important because right then, likely, addictions will set in. It's a way to get solace. My mother would say, yeah, I like to drink. It's my only solace. Okay, yeah, it feels good in the afternoon to drink and tell yourself how great you are and all this, but it turns on you. It's like a cobra that turns back on you. Had I just worked through the trauma, it would have been fine. All trauma can be worked through by sitting still, praying to God, waiting for a divine replacement. But it doesn't do that if you fall into your bag to deal with it. If you cope with it with a device like alcohol. Then the awful trauma plays out itself in the present and it multiplies. Now you're really in a problem. Now you're going to be locked up. Now everything multiplies. You simply can't fall into an addiction, a trap, to deal with trauma. Very, very important how you handle trauma. The way I see it, the three obstructions are people, habit, and food. I think food is most reason for depression. If people are eating wrong, it tastes good when you eat it. That's the taste trip, but then it turns on you, and there's all these layers of fat through the years, and everything broadens out from east to west, and you're depressed. How could you not be? The body is filled with obstruction, and it's constipated. And it shows in your appearance and how you feel and aching joints and everything else. Why else would people look so good in their 20s and then after 30 everything sort of broadens out? Everybody changes. It's from the food. I get depressed, I get the blues, and I think, no, I've had my breakfast, I'm going to fast all day. And that'll put me in Fastarian consciousness, and I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be close to God, and I know He sees it because He rewards austerity. He rewards fasting, and I know He's going to see it. That puts me in a happy mood, knowing I'm doing it. That raises my self-esteem, and then I'm happy. But if I were to be eating all day long, no way. That is totally, it's transitory. It's temporary pleasures are only temporary. We should seek eternal pleasures. They are forever. I watch these documentaries of people after wars, the refugees being deported and losing their homes and starving. And I just think, I don't want more than one meal a day. I relate to these people. I feel selfish eating all day. I wouldn't want that. I want to relate to the whole world. I don't know, maybe it's just a personal thing. That's how I feel. If I could get along with breakfast only, that makes me happy. That makes me feel self-sufficient. And then during the day, I'm living on God. And I'm open to angels. Not dancing down through digestion. Digestion takes 85% of our energy. In digestion, assimilation, and elimination. 85%. I don't want that down in the gut. I want to be up in the brain. I want to have it high. The hunger, be gone. Just wait, it's gone in a few minutes. You get used to it. So you're hungry, so what? Everybody's hungry. Relate to the whole world, and your hunger will go away. Now, most medical literature is pharmaceutical marketing in disguise. Yeah, pretty sad, huh? I used to read medical journals. They're not the same now. It's just marketing. Don't fall into that bag. Everybody's a little depressed these days. Families don't stick together anymore. You don't have roots in communities anymore. It's transitory. The whole world is filled with different cultures from open borders. We don't have that community anymore, and it brings depression. Okay, don't take a pill to deal with it. I've already told you what happens there. It's awful. Just make gold on your addictions, enjoy being home, and love God. That's the cure. Academic leaders are highly swayed by drug company money. Oh, the high bigwigs at Harvard and Yale, They'll tell you a big story about these drugs. Don't get into that. No drugs. Illicit or licit. Nothing. It's no better than street drugs. There is no happiness in drugs or alcohol or food. Eat what you need to fuel the tank in the mornings, and that's it. Now enjoy your day at a higher consciousness than the gut. Fastarian consciousness. It'll give you high self-esteem, and God will be on your side. To be happy, you need high self-esteem. And nothing raises your self-esteem more than Fastarian consciousness. Knowing you're doing it, knowing you can do it, knowing you're not an addict, a food addict like everybody else. Knowing you're above that world. Knowing you're living in the spiritual world. You have access to the spiritual skies, the energy. It's all just energy. Now it's flowing through you. It's not obstructed by digestion. That raises self-esteem more than I can tell you. It makes me happy. And like I say, I tend to get into the blues sometime, but I found this works. To sum up, austerity has its rewards. The Lord says, decrease and I will increase. Insofar as you decrease, He will increase. The power of the entire universe coming through you, unobstructed. That's what it is. Decrease and He will increase. You won't have holes in your bucket. You'll get rewards. And it's wonderful. I believe this is the way to make money and to fulfill your goals and to expand your talents is by decreasing. You don't have to give in to every urge. Make gold on it. Transform your energy from dense to clear.